Welcome to the Pro Cheerleading Podcast, hosted by Mhkeeba
and Brittany, two former NFL cheerleaders discussing hot topics in the pro cheerleading industry
and revealing the truth behind the poms.
Welcome to Ice. Baby. This is Brittany.
This is Mhkeeba, episode number 16.
Wow.
We're up in that ass. It's like already... Oh, okay. I just scared Brittany. But no, we're like more than halfway through the end of our second season. That's why I'm tripping.
It's flying by. We're having a lot of fun. We're doing a lot of interviews, a lot of traveling.
We sure are, and we got more up our sleeves. But this episode is all about hockey and dancers for hockey teams.
Yep.
Who knew? I didn't even know that they had dance teams for hockey at all. And as we started this podcast and started doing research... it looks like there's all sorts of variations, right? I mean, there are ice girls for the NHL. Some of the teams are co-ed, but they look like they're...
Well, yeah, they have girls that actually know how to ice skate, and they come scrape the ice and pick up excess ice particles, I guess, in between the Zamboni going around.
I just love that word.
Zamboni, I know,
I'm gonna
right?
name my future children Zamboni. Probably not, but it just makes me think Michael Jackson, like... Sham on it, you know. Anyway, whatever. What were we saying? They do. The ice girls are.
They know how to ice skate.
Skating. Yes.
Yep, and they're working the rink.
Yes. And then they have girls that dance, like I think of the Dallas Stars ice girls. Excuse me. That are. They look like they're on platforms within the hockey arena, and they dance.
Like behind the goals, it looks like.
Okay.
They have like a platform, that they'll perform on and do promos and things like that.
Right, with their pom-poms and their cute little, like, knee-high socks and the whole nine. And then there are girl teams that dance on the ice, but on a platform or a carpet or something.
Yeah, they'll roll the carpet out, and then they scoot out there onto the carpet and perform, and then scoot back off.
Which looks scary. But what we saw this weekend on a...
was pure magic, right?
Yes. I'm still speechless. Like, I can't even... Everybody has to go and look at the link that we're going to provide to the Portland Winterhawks Rosebuds Dancers. It's a mouthful. I have tripped over it a few times. But their Instagram page has some of the clips of their performances. And as you can see, they have no carpet, no rug, no platform.
No special ice shoes or skate rink shoes.
Ice skating?
Ice skates.
Wow,
we're botching this. Okay, well, explain why we were even down there.
Yes. Why were we down there? Because
for Lindsay's birthday.
Oh, yeah.
She was on Where Are You Now?
Yes, she did one of my favorite episodes, just kind of reminiscing on her time in the Super Bowl. And it was her birthday a couple weeks ago, and we had this huge snowstorm here in Seattle, and it was
she was in Thailand.
She was traveling around with her husband for 2.5 weeks.
So the Pedestrians were reunited in Portland.
The whole crew. We went down to Portland on Saturday and went out exploring. And but Vicky and Kristen were so gracious to invite us down for a game. So that we can actually see them perform, and they gave us such awesome seats, like
dead center, super close.
Roje.
I had never been to a hockey game either. Lindsay said she went to the Thunderbirds here that are at the Shower Center in Kent. So they're in the same league. Of what league we don't know.
It's hard to just I'm learning now. I'm kind of like curious, and I'm going to probably research and stuff because I'm like a geek. But it sounds like this is like the league of like 18 to 21-year-old.
16.
Oh, 16.
16 to 21.
16 to 21-year-old kids that end up getting drafted into the NHL. So it's like they're almost like their minor league team. But great. They're actually really competitive. They were saying they're going to probably go into the playoffs and stuff. So
we thought they were pro just by the dancers, though. The Rosebuds are like top-notch
for sure
dancers.
And they're doing it all nice, so they deserve a major league award because... I mean, we can't wait to share the interview with you. We don't want to give too much away, but the tricks that they're doing, the intensity in which they dance, like they didn't seem timid at all. Like I would have been like, my knees would have been shaking. Number one, I'm cold. Hello, like the ice, they're rolling around on it and stuff. Did you see the rolling around?
Yeah, the death drop and stuff.
Yeah, no, my body would just hate me.
Well, besides that, when our friend Leisel, who we danced with on Seagulls, you'll hear that in the interview, but She met us at the door, and we got backstage access. It was super
about the
cool.
VIP treatment. It was just so nice.
But she took us to the rink just to see like where the players skate out and where the girls run out. And I slipped. I didn't tell you that, but I was already slipping because there was like frozen ice underneath the door, and I was like, let's take a picture. Anyways,
it was very smooth. I missed that.
It's very slippery,
but cold too. Like I said, I'm so impressed with the ladies. They were so friendly and just sweet to us, and kind of got to know them. They have like all these promos that they do around the stadium or the arena before the game,
and they did a juniors program before we arrived, so they had a long day.
8 a.m. they were dancing with these kids, and pretty much probably just stayed there so that they can actually practice on the ice, I think they were saying. So long day, great attitudes, fun to watch, energy. Just, I was really, really impressed by these ladies and want to come back for another game.
Yes.
Okay, Vicky. And no, I'm just kidding. But we cannot wait to see them perform again. I mean, we got to see them perform twice, and I just can't say how much I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
Should we just...
Let's dive into it.
Should we? Do we have anything else to add?
Well, Portland was weird. You know, keep Portland weird.
It wasn't as weird as I thought. The only thing that was weird was just that I didn't get to eat as much food as I thought I was going to eat because everybody's out there eating brunch. Stay home so that visitors can eat brunch at your wonderful restaurants.
We got denied at the brunch places.
That was rejection. I ate a donut, though. Blue Star.
Blue Star Donuts. Very good. Very good.
Very good. I got a free donut, too.
I don't know how you managed that, but...
It was just really nice.
I didn't get no free donut.
I know. Well, without further ado...
On to the interview.
Ice, baby. Vanilla Ice is kind of cute. Do you think so?
Huh?
Now that I look back at the video, I'm like, is he cute?
Vanilla Ice?
He was kind of hot.
Yes, he's still hot.
He still is?
He's still very attractive.
Oh, okay.
He did a home renovation show a few years back, and he was just as badass as ever, I feel like. I don't know.
I have to look and see how tall he is.
Yeah, and he could do the little, like, jump through the leg move really well.
Yeah.
And I try to do that a bunch, and I fall on my face.
Do that on ice.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Okay, let's just get to it.
Hi, welcome in, everyone.
Welcome to Portland. We are live and on location, to sound all official about it.
Yeah.
We're in Portland because we just went to our very first hockey game. The Portland Winterhawks Rosebuds Dance Team killed the damn thing. Mm-hmm. And we have one.
And a few extra, right?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, let's set it up.
Yeah.
Who are we with? We're rolling
with Jalanda. Say hey.
Hey.
We all dance together.
Yes.
So Jalanda and
Lindsey.
Lindsey was on the Where Are You Now episode. Well, duh, they know who we are.
Our guest.
Okay. Our special guest. We dance with on the Seagulls. This is like the best intro ever, right? Leisel Store. Is that how you say it?
Yep. No, changed my name to Guy, but like 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
exciting.
Nice.
I know, right?
Congrats.
Thanks.
How do you feel about the name change?
I feel good. It just takes a hot second.
It does.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To change everything.
Leisel
slowly.
Guy. Oh yeah, I like that.
Leisel Guy.
But anyway, so we danced with the Seahawks with Leisel. Went to the Super Bowl in Arizona together.
Did. Oh my gosh, that's so fun.
The 2015 season, right?
Yeah.
Or 2014.
14.
Yeah, 2014.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Super Bowl 2015.
Yeah.
All that
We had to
jazz.
do one season and go to the Super Bowl. I was like, this is not real.
Yeah.
It goes by so. I mean, I don't know. For it to be back to back too, it was crazy. And you guys were roommates.
We
Jalanda
were.
and Leisel
We
were
were
roommates.
totally roommates. Oh my gosh, I love this.
Yeah. Waking up at 4 a.m. to put
I
on
was
your
gonna
makeup. Or actually probably 2:30 for
Yeah,
me.
it was more like
What did you guys have to do? What promo did you guys do?
I did this fantastic radio promo at a bar at like 5 a.m. So I think my call time was probably 3. It was pretty rough.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It was a little overwhelming. There was a lot of crazy fans, and we were pretty tired, but we were walking around this really packed bar in our promo attire. Squad 1, the shorties.
Oh, okay. Liesel, you were with me? Like, we did that weird
Squad
TV thing.
We did Fox and Friends.
Oh, yeah,
and
that's right.
Good Morning America.
I didn't do Good Morning America.
I think we were right next door, so like we were
Okay.
right hanging out. I think the Patriot girls were over there.
Yeah.
Was it with like Jesse Palmer?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I was there. I did that one with you.
Yeah. And then we met a really beautiful Victoria's Secret model.
Oh, that's
She took pictures with
right.
us.
I
I don't
was-
remember her name, but she was beautiful. She had this
Yes.
whole entourage of people. And
She was unreal.
She was really sweet, too.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. What did you do?
I'm looking at everybody. I think it's that same bar.
did
right?
Was it?
King 5 News?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did that, and then we went and did a little TV spot another morning. Squad 1 didn't get any love. We didn't get any of the TV promos, and then they decided to come back and give us one. So we had to go early the next morning and do something with Tama. We had our picture. I don't know where we were, honestly. We just got in a van and went.
Seriously. It was so spread out in Arizona.
Yeah.
Unlike New York.
Didn't we also do the E-Entertainment
with the
segment?
with the
One of the gals,
the
who's a
gymnast.
famous gymnast.
Oh yeah, that's right.
She came to our practice.
We taught her like part of her routine
yeah.
or something. Yeah.
And
Sean
so did
Johnson, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yes.
it. There was a handstand contest.
Yeah, with Natalie.
Natalie won.
And she won. Yeah, that was kind of. I think she had just had a baby or something though. The gymnast.
Yeah.
That
Natalie
was
has a kid too.
That's true. No, that was just that busted room. That hotel was just so janky to me. But like we were practicing in that weird long room.
Conference
The
room.
Holiday Inn.
So bad. So, Leisel, give us a little take on your dance background because you've literally danced
Everywhere.
I've danced for a couple of years now. When I was a baby, I auditioned for Blazers. I was on the team for 7 years, but I took a lot of breaks. So I went and danced on cruise ships for a little bit. And I went and
you
danced
did
on
cruise ships too.
Yeah.
I remember you telling me about that. I'm like, that is so
Cruise
cool.
ships, which is like a whole other episode. Holy moly, that's amazing.
We should get you and KL together. I'm upset. I told KL we have to.
Yeah, 'cause she
talk
did
to her.
cruise
She did
ships
cruise
as
ships too.
Oh, crazy stories. Yeah, ships for a little bit, and then I did a scholarship down in California for a little bit for dance, and then I was on Portland Lumberjacks. We used to have a professional lacrosse league here, and then you guys stole them and went back up to Seattle. And then I came home, auditioned for Blazers again, and then retired from there and came up to Seattle and got to audition and dance with you ladies for a year. And I came back down. I thought I was retired after Seagals, but as you guys know, sometimes you miss it a little bit. Yeah. I auditioned for Winterhawks, and so now I'm a Rosebud, which is so fun for me.
Yeah, you guys did awesome.
We're so obsessed now with hockey. I know I am. I mean, now that we know that they're a little younger, I feel bad that we were encouraging them to fight.
The hockey
but-
players.
Oh,
Yeah.
But they're good at it. They're
Yeah.
Oh, they were amazing. Yeah, they were so talented.
the fights.
Oh, the fights. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no.
Encouraging them to fight.
Encouraging
Yeah,
them
they
to
do
fight.
great. They do good.
So, I mean, we were so green with everything about game day for you guys because you guys were literally dancing on the ice. And can you break it down?
Totally. You guys were so fun last night. You were like 20 questions, and I'm like, I get it. It's so
you
foreign.
had it too. You weren't. You hadn't danced on the ice.
So,
before.
the coach, Kristen, is my best friend. So as soon as she got that job, she's been doing the coaching position for like 10 years now. So as soon as she got the job, I feel like I've been fangirl central for the Rosebuds. So like I used to choreograph for them every year, and I would come to all of their games and hang out. I'm going to say backstage, but back in the locker room with them. So I feel like and my little sister danced for them for a few years. So like I've been like all about the Rosebuds for the longest time. So I feel like I got to watch the progression of how she's like created the team through the years. So to actually dance for them is like a whole other world. But yeah, so game day, the same thing that you guys experience for football, right? You still have to show up like about 3 hours before the game so we can actually set on the ice. So we call it ice practice instead of like field practice or something, right? We dance for probably like 45 minutes or so. We mark on the ice and they'll play the music for us.
Question.
Yeah.
I'm like, already a question. No, so, you know, you have the logo in the middle of the ice rink. I don't know if that's what you call it. But what are you setting off of? Like, there's no lines. There's no,
There's no field markers, yard markers.
What are you setting
We have
off
a
of?
massive logo in the center of the ice, and so we literally have to set off of that. There's also a center line that's red and it has little boxes on it, so we set off of the boxes as well. But literally, like the logo, you'll be like, "I'm on the eye," literally the eyeball. Okay. So you actually have to set off of that, and then you have to use the the girls' peripherals and all of that big time. So it's not necessarily like you're setting on the
Because the
field.
lines were perfect last
They
night.
were.
Too.
I actually saw a girl like
thanks.
adjust before it started. I'm like, what is she basing this off of? Yeah, you got lined up, but it was just so interesting.
It's so foreign too, because NBA they set off of different things on the floor, and then field. Oh my gosh! When I jumped to NFL, I was like, wait, it was a whole other learning curve of how you. Yeah, and then you get to ice. It's a whole other land too.
That's so
like
cool.
all the learning curves for every single team is totally different.
You guys were doing turns, a death drop there at one point. Like seriously,
Ooh, I
don't
love
know
the
how you
death
guys
drop term.
It was
What it
so
looked like.
awesome.
It was so cool.
Yeah, they do some crazy stuff on the ice, and I still like, my goodness, the veterans are not fazed by it at all. And I'm like, you want us to do what on the ice? Like, I still have moments where I'm like, that is terrifying.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
When you used to choreograph for them, though, did you make your choreography knowing it?
Totally. I
thinking
had to
like you're gonna
rearrange
be-
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So you have to be really careful with formations too. So like you can't give them too quick of a formation change because they have to do their spots. And you have to be careful with the technique or the tricks that you give them because. And most of the time, the veterans are like, give it anything to us. Like, they're so, like, game on, like, we're doing this.
I couldn't do half that stuff on land. So I'm like, wow, on ice.
The vets are like, no fear. I always have to be like, okay, so we're supposed to do this on the ice, and how exactly do you do this? So you have to, like, reverse engineer some of the tricks that you do, just because what you would do correctly on land, if you do that, you're going to be on your booty real quick. And so they'll like even give me little tips and tricks. Be like, you gotta like pop your hip out here. You want to put your weight here. And okay, thank you. Also, pom poms. Holy moly, you will not get off the ground if you don't figure out your life before with pom poms in your hand on the ice. It's like a whole nother world.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they can do some crazy stuff. They can do really crazy stuff. They just, for the first time, and I feel like I need to give a shout out to the ladies, they did Alice Cones on the ice, like, 2 weeks ago? Whew.
I don't even know what that is.
The crazy fouette turn.
Oh, I saw that, I think.
Yeah?
You guys posted it, I think.
Oh my god.
We were so proud. We're like, wait, no one's done this. We got it on the ice. So yeah, the girls were
We barely do a
super
coupe turn.
excited.
So yeah, for the record, yeah, you guys are the only dancers,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That
Only girls who actually dance on the ice. I believe there's one other team that does, and they dance in boots. But for the most part, girls will get carpets rolled out for them. And Vicky and Kristen, who are the coaches, they are really good at reaching out, or other teams will reach out to them and actually ask for advice and for help, and definitely like helps them create their programs and what they're doing, because no one's ever done what we do. So we have fancy shoes called Ice Buds, and Vicky is actually in charge of doing it now. She actually puts on little studs that would normally go on tires, and she takes a tool and does about like 15, 20 on each shoe for all of the dancers, and it takes a long time. But that's how we dance on the ice. And also, I was explaining to you guys last night, they have to, I'm sure, I don't know if everybody knows what a Zamboni is, but it's what they go and clean all of the ice up out with, so it's super slick. That's like a death trap for us. So we don't dance when it's been Zambonied. So we run out after the players have been on the ice and the ice is cut up, and then we're okay. And then the Zambonis will come on right after us and clean up the ice.
Zamboni, I just love that name. Zamboni. So cool. So you have your like on ice practice. You get to go through everything and mark it, and then you guys had promos like all over this.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So afterwards, we have time to go get ready, just typical locker room stuff, and we get ready for promos. We'll usually go a little bit before the game. We do something different every time. So sometimes we go to the VIP lounge area where a lot of season ticket holders will be. Sometimes we sit and sign posters on the concourse. Sometimes we walk the arena and go say hi to all the fans, welcome them into the game. And then at the beginning of we got to do it with you. You guys are proud of that. It was so fun. And then at game time, when the game starts, we go and section off in different groups around the arena, and we do basically sidelines, not on the ice. So we're up in like the 100 level, and go and cheer. We wait until a certain part of the game, and then we go down and get ready and dance at what the hockey calls intermissions. So there's 2 different intermissions, 3 different periods of the actual game, and at intermission time we dance and come back up and cheer again. And in between that, we'll do suite visits, or we'll do certain types of promo appearances in the arena. If they do like a Lucky Row section for sponsors.
Yeah, the section next to us won pizza.
I know.
But it was so cool. And you guys are always all over the place. It's like magic, just dancing on ice, and then, they're over
Also,
here.
we show up there.
Yeah, it's
Fun
like
magic tricks.
It's
Like,
so
surprise!
cool. Yeah, you guys were very visible. Like, you guys could see you all over throughout the game. It was really cool.
I always wonder, like with NFL, I mean, if we were used in that way, but we're on the field the whole entire time, so you really. But before games, that would stress me out to be like I mean, you have to sell calendars and do that, but like to kind of be going around and visiting and knowing you have to kind of get in the zone and
see.
prepare.
And when I came to NFL, oh my goodness, like to actually wrap your head around being on the field for 4 hours, like that was a whole wrap your head around. I mean, that it's like different for everyone, right? But NBA, we were doing so many promotional appearances, and I was like, oh, I got this. Like, you get to have an off time for a second. You get to walk back to the dressing room. You get to change. You get to, like, have a moment. Fix yourself. And the NFL, holy moly.
You have crusty lips at the end. Bright pink crusty lips.
Totally. You're right back for halftime. My
Your
gosh.
lungs are bleeding.
Your halftime appearances, you couldn't even look in the mirror. I remember
No.
if you looked in the mirror, you were like, out the door.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she was not having it.
You run. I was like, yeah. So NFL versus NBA is like, I mean, a whole other ballgame.
So what's your favorite? I mean, you dance on ice.
Oh
you
my
dance
gosh,
in NBA.
I know.
She's like cruise ships.
Hands down. What's my favorite? Well, I did NFL for 1 year, but NBA, I think just because I grew up here and I started here and I still have my very best friends from here. And I started as a complete baby, not knowing what this world was. And thank goodness I had veterans on the team who like took care of me at the time, and they were so good to us, like as rookies, which I'm sure all ladies experience different team dynamics.
Right.
I was so lucky that I had good girls who wanted the best for the team, so they were actually good to us. So I had good experiences on Blazers, so I just kept going back. I loved it. I mean, NFL, you cheer on a field for Seahawks, and I still don't even know how to explain it. It's such a different world. Like the energy, you guys all know this.
Yeah.
The
But we can't
loudness.
compare it to anything because we've only done NFL, right? So it's like we don't know anything but that.
Yeah.
You know, so
it's
just
so
crazy.
hard to compare.
What made you want to come up and do Seagulls? Like, just to try
I-
something new?
I have been
or-
like, what can I do next? I've always been an adventure person, so that's why I took breaks from Blazers, and I would go off and do other random dance situations or dance adventures, essentially.
You gotta hear about those.
Well, like cruise ships, and like when I went down to LA and did some funny things, just like random stuff. Like at one point I was done with Blazers and I had a job opportunity to go up to Seattle, and I was like, And for some reason, through the years, Portland and Seattle dance world never jumped over. I have no idea why it took so long. But now it's like this open situation where tons of our girls are going up to Seattle to audition for Seagulls, which I think is so important. I just think that like people can jump back and forth. Like even a Seagull, Charlotte came down and auditioned for Blazers. She's been on the team. So
And I've seen that happen before too. Girls that are trying out come back down here and do Blazers or something different.
yeah,
So it's great to give them like another outlet, you know.
totally.
'Cause it's devastating to not be able to make a team and want to dance, but you can go somewhere else. Have just as much fun.
And all teams are different styles of dance, so it's like you get something a little bit different everywhere you go, I bet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I had to learn how to do that Seagull walk.
Yeah.
I've never done this before.
You killed it. You kill everything. So you can
Now you
never
do it in your
tell.
sleep. Now you can't stop walking like a
And I wrongly, I think, anticipate seeing that from other people. Like, even when we were at Pro Bowl, I was kind of like, well, how are they going to walk? You know, normal. Like, you're the ones that,
like people.
we're the ones that have this, like, stride
Swinging
that I
his arms
said,
like,
Trademarked walk.
I loved our seagulls.
I know.
I do it to work.
Oh, I still sass about
I Seagull walk to work every day.
Oh, my God. I love
I
it.
get a lot of honks.
Talk about the team dynamic. So you guys all love each other. We're super...
The girls are so sweet.
How many of them are there?
There is 20 of us on the team. The girls, and I think it comes from the coaches, because Vicky and Kristen are so positive and wonderful to be around. But they want girls who are going to be no drama and actually are good to each other. So that is exactly what I've experienced the whole time on the team. It's not cliquey. Everybody's good to each other. Everybody's helpful with each other. Everybody is really nice to each other. So thank goodness.
Yeah.
Because it could be a very different environment.
Well,
for
because
sure.
your season is forever, too. That's a
It
lot
is
of time that
forever.
you're spending with
so
people.
long. I was so surprised.
But what's different about ours, so there's some over 40 games like a year, but we don't dance at all those games. So Vicky and Kristen will choose what games we dance at, and it will only be on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. And they choose, and sometimes it's 2 games a weekend, sometimes it's 1 game a weekend. Sometimes they'll have a game on a weekend, but they'll do something that they call promo games. And so the girls will come in and just do promotional appearances, and it'll only be a handful of them. but we don't dance at all of those games.
Got it.
And then when playoffs happen, which Winterhawks are very good, so we usually always go to the playoffs. It's a case-by-case situation since you don't know when the team's actually going to be playing. It's who's available. So Kristen does not like the girls dancing with a small amount, so it has to be a certain number of girls who can actually dance on the ice. So as long as people can come, then game on, we're dancing.
Mm-hmm. Do all 20 of you try to dance at once? Or because like Blazers, they do a rotation.
Totally. So this is why I love this team so much. It's very low key compared to the other teams, which is why I can do it. So I'm thankful for that. It's only once a week for practice. If you need to miss practice, you can, which is very different than what I've experienced in the past. If you need to miss practice, you miss practice. If you miss a practice, you don't dance at the next games, but it kind of goes hand in hand because you can't set routines. But on the weekends, if you need to miss a game, you need to miss a game. So it's not a problem at all. However, it never tends to be a problem because the girls want to be there. So there's no one taking advantage because if you have to miss it, like for example, I had to go to Florida for a work trip for a whole week. I could not get out of that, but it was I had to miss Wednesday practice, and so that's how it was. So there's no, as long as you're not taking advantage, which none of the girls do, it's never a problem.
Yeah, it's like you audition, you bust your butt to make a team. So like if you if you are taking advantage, you probably don't even want to do it.
Well, because we all know what that's like. Like I don't think in the last 6 years I've ever taken a vacation longer than like a weekend trip or something. And if you do take a trip during the season, it's kind of like, of course you're learning to dance while you're gone. And it's very like, why did you take this trip? Jalanda, your mom got married, and it was like
really stressful. Well, because it creates not only more work for yourself when you have to learn something like not at practice, but then everyone around you has to like do different formations, and it becomes kind of a big ordeal. So you gotta think twice about it. But some life events happen, you can't control it, or work trips, or we all have lives outside of this job, so you gotta just live it.
So how long is the season?
September, I think. Officially they start in September?
Officially in September, and then our last game on the books right now is in March.
Oh, wow. But you're going to playoffs?
But I'm sure we're going to playoffs, which is exciting. So that can last another couple months.
Wow. That is so crazy.
Yeah.
That's long.
So it is long. So the flexibility is very helpful. Yeah.
I want to hear about auditions. Like, do you make the girls go out on the ice?
No.
At auditions at all? Like...
Just shoot them out there.
No, but like give them a pair of shoes and be like, okay, can you do a routine on the ice a little bit?
Thank goodness, no.
Cracked heads everywhere.
No, auditions are ran normal. So we have it in a gym. Kristen's used the same facilities for the last so many years, but it's in a basketball court.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
And so she runs it. There's 2 rounds. First round's jazz. Second round is hip hop. And then there's an interview round, and then they announce the actual girls on the team.
It's all in one day?
The interviews are a separate weekend, and then they announce like within a day or 2 afterwards.
So maybe like a week time.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
You'd find out.
Okay.
First, you always have like a boot camp. So there's like two days that she'll take, and you guys the girls will learn as many routines as possible. And then there's always the first practice. And what's really convenient, we practice at LA Fitness because we have some really, really awesome sponsors. So coincidentally, the Lloyd Center Mall is right next door to it. So they have an ice skating rink there. So we actually go after hours and walk right across. It's in the same parking structure, actually. So we can walk into the mall, and we have ice practice right after. We're at LA Fitness, which is really convenient. Oh. So we actually can practice on the ice. So the very first time that you are a rookie and you walk onto the ice, they're like, all right, let the rookies figure this out. So they definitely let us like scoot onto the ice and all that funny stuff. Yeah. So like I always laugh because for years I would come and hang out with Kristen behind the scenes, and like Vicky would like hold my hand to walk out onto the ice for ice practice, and they're like, do not take your hand off of the railing with those shoes. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, I can actually move now. So like you can do a lot more stuff with those shoes going on.
Gosh. Wow. So it's not like snow trekking type shoes. Clearly I'm not a snow person or ice person, but like it's just it makes it where you have more traction.
Yeah.
I guess I was thinking you'd be wearing something to be like stabbing the ice, but not really.
It's kind of like it grinds spots in the ice, so like it cuts up the ice for you.
Got you. Yeah. Thank you. That's helpful. Because I was thinking spikes, like. But
yeah.
You can't move.
Has anyone ever stepped on someone's hand with those shoes on? Though?
No, but you can rip your tights. You can like cut your hands. Oh yeah, I've had some more.
I was going to ask about injuries.
I've even gotten frozen by the ice. The girls were giving me warnings because you can get ice burn. Yeah, like I ended up, we had to do some type of kick on the ground, and I came back up, and it was like, I got all cut up from it. Oh, I know, things that you don't even think about it. War wounds from dancing.
Did you guys bundle up for practice?
I do, and the girls laugh so hard at me. Oh, I stole my your guys' trick from Seagals of the heat warmers. They go everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I bundle up. After, you start to feel fine. The girls are fine when they're practicing the ice. You would assume that it's freezing. I still get cold, but the girls are fine. I just bring those those heat warmers with me everywhere.
Because so how many uniforms do you guys have? Because some of the uniforms were like,
Kristen's been working on it. So for 10 years, we still have the same costumes, but she has gotten to rotate in and out, and the more progressive the team has gotten, the bigger budget and more opportunities for us to get new costumes. So they've definitely gotten some really rad ones in the past few years. How many? I haven't counted. Maybe like 15, 20, I think right now.
Good. Yeah, that's a lot. Cool. It's a lot more than we had on Seagal.
We saw outfit changes at the games.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, I feel like I need to go look at our cheat sheet of costume lists to find out how. Maybe that's how many pieces we have. That's probably the better thing. That's how many pieces
But do you have to bring all of them to every game?
We do. That's why I have massive suitcases.
Yeah, I saw a girl going by with a massive suitcase. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
That's what we used to do too. That way, if somebody forgets something, you can have a last minute change.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, Blazers was like that too. Like, you'd have to pack up your bag. You didn't have to bring everything, though. Thank goodness. But
you knew ahead of time.
Yeah.
Do you guys do promos in the community as well, or?
They do promotions everywhere. It's so fun, and I think that now people know who the Rosebuds are, so people get really excited to see the girls and get to do.
I saw that little girl in the elevator.
Oh, she was looking at you
when we rode the elevator with you. She was like enamored.
It's so cute. So what I love that they do, so the girls, when we're actually cheering up in the arena, they'll let girls or boys, whoever wants to come hang out with us, but the girls get so starstruck because we're so easy and touchable there, right? Like on the field you couldn't get touched, but girls will come up and be like, "Hi, how are you?" And you can give them pom-poms and they can cheer with you, and the girls are, the dancers are so good with little ones. They're the girls on the team, oh my goodness, like the little kids just like radiate to them. It's so cute. So yeah, they've definitely created a little following with a lot of kids at the games.
It's very family friendly.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That's Portland probably too.
Ton of fans too. I was surprised. I was screaming TNT and like everybody. Like it was so fun. I just loved it.
It's fun. Really a lot of the veterans too have like watched the kids grow up over the years, so they know all their names and like they've seen us since they were babies. It's so cute, and they have a relationship, so they always see pictures or need to come cheer all the time with us.
And yesterday you guys were there since like 8 in the morning.
Oh yes, we were.
Program, right?
Yes, we were. That was a long day. Yeah, we did our kids clinic yesterday. It was super cute.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
There's a bunch of little ones there at the game last night.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just so impressed with what you guys were. I mean, you looked amazing. You're all together.
So welcoming. Thanks for having us.
Oh my gosh,
it
was so fun.
We got cool hats and posters and
we have to share the love.
Yeah.
We got to come back when it's playoff time. I kind of want to see what it's like.
Yeah, coming out too. You guys know
games.
you guys are always welcome. Kristen and Vicky are like so wonderful about that. So.
Good seats, man.
Thank you
did.
So much.
Yeah. I didn't have to yell at anybody.
You guys had great seats. Oh my gosh, I told you last night, but the girls were like, tell them that they kept us going because everybody could see you guys cheering and screaming. Oh my gosh.
Everyone's going to get beer, and we're like, no, we're staying to the dancing.
People are like, do you know them? I'm like, yeah, they're like my best friends. It was so cool.
Yeah, I was like a kid in a candy store last night with you guys there. I was like, my worlds are colliding. This is so fun. It was so fun.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah,
honestly, this was the best weekend. We had some adventures in Portland that will not make it into Locker Talk.
You guys did a really good job this weekend.
Thanks.
Portland style.
Yes. Oh yeah, we did it right, I guess.
It got weird.
Good thing it's just audio, not video right now.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you have a Locker Talk to share? Since you are a listener, any fun stories from your time?
I am sure I have 500 of them. Let me think. I should have been totally prepped for this because I've heard all of yours. Oh my goodness.
Well, even with the ice, I was like, has anybody slipped really bad? I mean, you just keep on dancing. Do you
ladies
help them
have
up?
slipped. And I last night I was like, hopefully, I have never slipped, and I hope it doesn't happen. Not tonight. We had, I haven't had any crazy locker room talk for Rosebuds yet. No, I want to give you something because I know I've had good ones over the years.
Or any cruise ship craziness,
Oh, cruise ship craziness. There's so much there. So much there. You had to wear like, I'm not even sure where to start.
Give us anything.
What did you have to wear? Were you on a certain circuit?
I did a couple ships. So we did the Mediterranean. We did we went and hit like Africa.
Whoa,
we went and did crossing. I know, it was so amazing. We went and did crossing cruise. We were in Caribbean. I did Hawaii, Mexico, Alaska.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you were on ships for how long?
I did 2 contracts, and for dancers, they're about 8-ish months or so, and you have to live in California for a little bit to learn all the shows, and they ship you off to the ships.
I've always been fascinated with like cruise life.
I've
always wanted to do it.
Oh my gosh, it needs to be a reality TV show of what happens behind crew doors.
They have Below Deck. Is it kind of like that, where you're like really tight quarters?
Oh, really? You gotta watch it. It's my favorite show.
Is it a reality show?
It is. It's about people that work on yachts. So they
yachts.
I mean that's definitely different. Than a big cruise ship. But
do you have to like do other duties aside from just performing?
Yeah. So most cruise lines, yes. I would dance for Princess Cruises, and thank goodness we did not.
Oh, that's so nice.
So I didn't have to do any teaching or any type of entertainment. So I was really lucky. We still had to, at the very beginning of the week, when passengers got on board, you had to go find your station and put a life jacket on and do all the action emergency on
exit to the left, to the right.
Yeah, that part was so funny. But yeah, that was the only thing we had to do.
That's good.
I was so lucky. So we got to dance probably, oh my gosh, we danced maybe like 5 shows every 2 weeks in the evening, and then the rest was our time. Like, it was insane. So I did a lot of traveling.
So you were really well traveled. So cool.
Yeah, oh my gosh. I was like, give me everything. Every port we go to, I want to do this. And I was, again, I feel like I'm always the rookie. I was the rookie on the cast. So everybody would always want to stay on. All the dancers have been doing it for so many years, because usually when you get on ships, they stay there for a long time. It's a sweet life, so I can see why. But like, they usually wouldn't want to go out to go explore anything because they've already done it and been there. So I would be like, I gotta go, guys. I got places to see. So my goodness, the stuff that went on behind closed doors at cruise ships.
Is it because you're going batty?
I'm so intrigued.
I know. Give us.
Oh my gosh, where can I even start? It's like,
just give like one example.
High level.
Because like there's stuff in my mind, but like, is it even crazier than that?
I'm trying to think, like, how ready can we go here? Because, like, there's some stuff that was like, what is just happening?
We can edit.
I don't know if you can even...
We could put explicit down. It's fine.
I got on the cruise ship my first year, and there's a real thing. So, like, everybody's on different levels. So, like, the...
where you stay, your quarters?
Where we stay, yeah.
Okay.
So, like, the officers would get, like, the crazy cool rooms with, like, the actual ship windows and free Wi-Fi, and everybody wanted to be a part of that, but no one did. The dancers, we were treated really nice. We actually stayed behind the stage. We were on, like, level 9 or 10 or something. Okay. So we were higher up. We still had to share rooms. Like, you live in little quarters that you would never even believe, but, like, it worked out. But literally, you have to go to work, and you literally walk down the hallway, and you're backstage. So like, it was very different. But like, everybody else, there's this whole like community called the Filipino Mafia, and I am not making this up. This is real life. A lot of Filipinos will work on the ship, and because they work on the ship and they'll send home money to their families. So it's like the majority of the crew is from, well, at least for Princess Cruises. And they call it the Filipino Mafia. It is a real thing. They had levels in the Filipino Mafia, and they would all work the ship, and they would be able to get things because there were so many rules that you were not allowed to do, and they would get you things like stickers to put on your electronics so that it was approved. So when you had random checks for your room, you wouldn't get in trouble and get written up. They would be able to get you chickens. They would be able to get you birthday cakes. They would be able to get you batteries. Like, and
chickens,
you think this
for
is
what?
silly?
It reminds me of like prison.
I can hook you up with cigarettes.
With a toothbrush.
And you would think those are not big deals, but like when you live on ships, you're like, we need help. I need anything. Like, so many things. And so I remember our line captain at the time, which was our boss. She had been on the ships for years, and she was like, "Don't worry, I know the Filipino Mafia head of everything." And I was like, "I don't know what that means."
Oh my god!
But like, she literally would get them to bring us food after, because like usually we were done with shows, and none of the food stations were open any longer. So we would be done with shows, and they would be like, pasta salad, chickens, dessert, and
chickens.
Just like,
there's just chickens everywhere. Right. We can get you a chicken.
I say it like that because that's how they said it. We'll get you a chicken. I'm like, sweet.
They're like gold.
Oh my gosh, so it was like real life. So they would like always maneuver things. And so the other funny thing is that we would have dressers backstage. And they were all part of the Filipino mafia too. So sometimes we'd make friends with them. Well, I always tried to talk to them. They're very, very respectful. So there was no type of because literally they saw no clothes on. So you have to set your clothes behind. You want to talk about quick changes? Literally you have to set them up so you can go like this, and you have sometimes 2 or 3 dressers putting clothes on you because you have to walk back out.
I thought you meant a dresser
me too.
Drawer.
Oh no, this is actually people dressed.
Yes.
Wow.
So and they have their normal jobs during the day, and then it's an extra job for them to come, and they get paid on the side to be our dressers backstage. And hopefully, if you were lucky, your dresser never changed while you were never had a new person switch for you, because they know how your quick changes go and what you need. Because I've had one time there was a switchover and no one told me, and I didn't make it on stage on time because the dresser was like, I don't know what you need.
I need my pants. I need my pants.
That's weird. How come they didn't just let you do it yourself?
You can't. You don't have time.
Oh, the costumes are
just
probably
to put
really bulky too,
literally it was such a fast quick change. Sometimes you just, even if you had 2 or 3 people helping you get dressed, you literally have to lay things out to step into, pull up, and they button you up and you're on. They put your hats or your pieces on, or
so
it was amazing.
That's really cool that they had that, because think about if you have a zipper in the back and you can't get it.
I was going to say, the times that I've struggled, what is the uniform that would be such a hard thing to get in and out of? The old white ones that we had rookie year. There was the short sleeve. The short sleeve. Something I would struggle because
you have to pull over your head like a sport bra.
It didn't open,
exactly,
and then you top. Okay.
And when you would be stressed out, in halftime, trying to
get out of it, literally your arms crossed, help, and you're just, things are swinging. I'm sure you've seen ripping it off.
And you're trying not to get makeup on it. It was just so stressful. It would have been nice to have dressers.
I know.
Oh my
but
gosh,
I'm so shy.
But we're each other's dressers.
That's true.
Can you help me get this off? My turtleneck is stuck. I can't breathe.
Hey, you guys were each other's. Oh, that is so true.
Well, one time show group did Alaska Cruise and we performed, and it was
I remember that
weird
because Melanie was doing it. I was quizzing her like crazy. I'm like, what ship? Did you meet the dancers? Because at the time I still knew people who were dancing. I was like, tell me everything.
They had the coolest dressing room. It was glamorous with the lights.
You push a button, the whole costume racks rotate. Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
Crazy stuff. The dressing rooms were.
That's so cool.
But did you ever have what is it called?
Seasickness?
Well, yeah, the boat just moving while you're dancing.
Where you could be walking. Oh, while you're dancing?
Yeah, well, you're doing a double turn. The boat's moving, and so when we danced, I could feel it, and so you're
I would get so sick, and their shows always went on. It never got canceled. I don't do good on
cruises.
Oh my gosh, it never got canceled. I would get so sick. Everyone else had been doing it for years, so the more you do it, the less seasick you get. So everybody would always be like, "Leisel, are you okay?" But there was one show we had to do, and I had to wear a massive candelabra on the top of my head. It was it felt 3 feet tall. It was so heavy. It would cut into my forehead. It was so heavy, and I had a pencil skirt on, and so I couldn't actually really walk because it was so tight, and I was supposed to just be tilting around, walking across stage, and the candelabra was so top heavy I would turn my head the ship was going it was so funny. So I'd be on stage trying not to laugh because I was going up and down. Oh my god, this is a mess. Because you have no choice. The show goes on. They don't care. They're injuries, we don't care. We need to take care of it.
10 footsies, get out there.
Yeah,
that is so cool.
Oh my gosh, yeah. There was another time we had a stage that would drop you down. I don't even know if this reads for podcasts, but we had a stage that would drop you down. It's part of the special effects because we would have fire and crazy lights and live. There's so much stuff that was going on, pyrotechnics and stuff, and you have different stages that come up and down, move around. We had one stage that would take you down. There was one particular routine we did. We had to do an Irish number, and we all had to pose, and then you're supposed to go down on the lift. Everybody does it together. But the ship we were on, it was broken. So the lift went down like this.
You're just holding your last pose
for an hour.
And everyone could never hold it, so all of our shoulders are bouncing. It was supposed to be so stupid. Every time. No one could keep it in, so I'm sure the
people loved it. They're like, wow, what an exit.
And you see your eyeballs would be going down. I still see you.
So I have to hold the hand. This is the last part.
Oh God, yes, you did. So you have a quick change down below. Everybody's changing. The last guy's screw you guys.
The tallest person.
Yeah. Your dresses dancer undressing you as your body goes through.
I haven't even tried. He's like, oh, I'm going to be last on stage.
That is so awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I told you
got
the
story.
I just scratched the surface with cruise ships, guys. That's like a whole other.
We'll have to have you back on.
Yeah.
So fun.
Cruise ship dancers. I don't even think I would have thought of that ever as an option. Well, duh, because I'm like not a dancer, but you know what I mean. Like, how did you even think of trying?
I had been on a ship with my family like years like that for a family vacation, and I saw the dancers, and I was like, I'm doing that. I can
do that. Yeah, that's cool.
I'm obsessed with it ever since that, and like NBA.
I want to go back and do it now.
Is it too late?
I want to.
Oh my gosh! So the cast, like the people we worked with, were like, I mean, they were so talented that I got to dance with like and singers. We had live singers, so they were from like, Broadway and West End, and all the dancers had come from somewhere and had done something professional. And they, oh my gosh, they still to this day like completely impress me, and that's how ships are. But like the dancers were all older. Like they all were like, I mean, yes, we had some youngins.
Do we still have a chance?
But like we had people on our cast who were like still amazingly talented, like 35, 40, even like we had 45-year-olds on our cast, like the point where I'm like, oh my gosh, you can hang. They take care of them. They have time to take care of themselves on the ships, right? True. But like they are like killing it on cruise ships.
Well, we talked to a girl from London, and it's sad because like there is like a quote unquote expiration date for dancers.
Oh, yeah.
And it sucks because it doesn't matter. You can dance as long as you can dance. You know, it doesn't matter your age. So that's really cool.
Oh, I'm a big proponent of that.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. She said they're better dancers because they're more mature. She can trust them to be sent to like other countries to dance because they're going to hold their own.
They're not going to go
fresh out
wild
of high
and miss
school.
curfew.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
not show up for appearances.
Go to a Playboy party. So yeah.
I love that. Amateur. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Leisel.
Like, perfect.
Yes, I don't know if that was locker room talk, but
yeah. You delivered.
I don't think any of us like had any idea what that experience could have been like. So
buck naked with your dressers, and they never looked. They'd always be like this.
oh,
They were so respectful.
so polite.
And they were all part of the Filipino mafia. And there was one time there was a guy, and like I would always try and make friends with him, just be like, "Hi, how are you? What's going on?"
Yeah.
And he one time told me, he was like, "Do you see the guy working the lights right there?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he like has the spotlight. He's in charge of it, so he never would actually come backstage. He was like, "He's head of all Filipino mafia."
Oh no!
What? Him with the lights?
So they all have like sidekicks.
Wow.
But like it was a secret. No one's supposed to know that. I'm like, he's the head of everything.
The lighting guy. Bill.
He was like, "Don't tell anybody." I was like, "Oh, I'm not. Filipino mafia is for real."
Yeah, now everyone knows though.
Yeah.
Oh. Just kidding. Put you in witness protection. No.
Chicken.
Yeah.
I'll never look at a rotisserie chicken the
If you need a
same.
battery, if you need to switch rooms.
But it's true,
gotta
you
talk
don't
to
have
them
access
first.
to things like that, you know, so.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things you're not allowed to have on ships, but if you know the Filipino mafia, all of a
You
sudden
got
it's
it.
okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had so many restrictions.
Oh my gosh, we had so many rules. Like, you weren't allowed to walk in more than a pair of two people. If you ever saw a line, you were never allowed to stand in it. You were never allowed to sit on stools, like if bar stools were around. Granted, dancers for us had passenger status.
Oh, okay.
So we could go wherever we wanted to, and we didn't have curfews or anything. Not everybody could do that. But, like, we got picked on big time because we had privileges, right? Like, we could do a lot of things that other crew members couldn't. If I remember, you always had to wear a name badge. Whew! If you didn't wear a name badge when you were in passenger area, like, oh my gosh, stuff would go down. Wow. There was
Do
one
they have
time.
people watching for the
Oh,
movie?
anybody.
Normal guests have a
attention.
wristband, right? Or like, how would they be able to tell?
You're just
if
on the
you were just a
boat.
guest?
Well,
They'd
yeah, so
recognize
crew
you.
knows who the crew are
Yeah.
big time because
okay.
you're always behind the scenes with them, like
Got it.
tucked in passenger corridors. They have like a crew bar. They had a lot of crew areas that you can hang out with, so everybody paid attention.
Got
Plus,
it,
everybody
okay.
knew who the dancers were, just because there was only like 10 of us at the time,
Got it.
15 of us. So
Well, and you're gorgeous, so the mafia's probably like, yeah,
Oh
you
my
see
God.
Leisel over
I got her a chicken last night.
It's like, feed that on her dresser.
yeah, no, people would get so so upset with you if you didn't have a name badge on. I had a maitre d'. I had my hair covering my name badge one day just because I was walking and I got yelled at. I was told I was going to be written up, and if this happens again, you're kicked off the ship. And I was like, I didn't know you had that much power. But here's my name badge. And I moved my hair, and he was like, if that ever happens again, I was like a deer in headlights. I'm like, I was just mind my own business, eating my breakfast.
Lighting, but, you're trying to cut me.
Bill and lighting. Wait till Billy finds out. Yeah. You're going to get kicked off.
Somebody fell overboard. Too funny.
This is awesome. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think this is worthy of a follow-up.
Yeah, part 2, for sure.
I want to know the other girl that you guys know is on ships. I want to compare stories.
That's what I'm saying. We have to patch y'all in for like a cruise ship.
I had a few friends from Titans who did ships, but I didn't get to hear all these stories. I think 3 of them did ships. One of them was a figure skater, so she did ice skating on the ship.
There was even a ship that had like a technical Broadway stage and actually hired like Broadway actors to be on there. I feel like it was like Hairspray or something they had.
The ships these days are crazy. They have go-kart tracks on them now.
What?
Yeah. Yep. Norwegian Cruise Lines has go-kart tracks.
Oh my gosh.
I know, it's insane.
That's crazy.
Can't have them bored.
Damn, I need to
cruise. No, cruises are awesome.
You'll never look at the crew the same way again.
Well, no, definitely not.
Not after hearing your stories.
And you're like, and I stopped going on the family vacation because,
I don't know. I don't want to like let you go. So
like
we could talk to you forever.
Thank you for having me. That was so nice of you.
You
guys are so much fun, and thanks for letting me be a part of your fan club because I love what you guys are doing.
Thank you so much.
I mean, I am like now binge listening to all of your episodes, and I just respect what you're doing.
Thank you
giving
so much.
Love to this world because I lived it for so long. So many things I keep hearing you guys talk about. I'm like, oh my gosh, that was my life. This is so real. People don't know.
I don't know if I'm qualified. I can barely do a coupe turn, so I'm just over here trying my best.
Oh my gosh,
oh my gosh. Well, we really appreciate your support because I mean,
Oh, I'm on your team. I'm part of your fan club now.
Hey. Well, on that note. Review us on iTunes. No, we just love it. It's so much fun, and doing things like this and being able to come to games and watch other teams perform. Like, hey, people, like, we'll come.
Yeah,
we are down for a road trip anytime. So we're coming back to another game.
Oh yeah, come down.
Yeah, no, we're excited. It's very sweet.
Yay!
We love Portland.
Thank you, Portland so Weird, and until next time.
See. I'm on over. What is it?
Keep your eyes on the sideline.